Greetings to each and every one of you guys. My name is Nyan Per, and welcome to the Voices of South Sudanese Women. Thank you all for taking the time to tune in tonight on our third episode. On our third episode, I have a guest with me, and his name is Usman. Usman works for Job Advocates, and the reason why I wanted to bring him into the studio was for him to talk about the types of supports and services that they provide to young people within our community. So, Usman, I'd like you to introduce yourself for our viewers.
Thank you, Lizzie. My name is Usman. I work as a job advocate in Victoria and also seated in Concern Australia. We've got two offices. We've got one in Dandenong and the other in Baybrook.
Okay. And how long have you been working for Job Advocates for?
Just a couple of weeks. It's about 2 months now.
Okay. So to all our viewers, as Usman just mentioned, he's recently just come on the roll. And in all honesty, as a South Sudanese community, we are aware of the lack of opportunities that we have and how difficult and hard it is to be able to step out of your comfort zone and to open up to someone about the types of struggles that we go through as young people. So Osman is going to talk about the supports that are out there in regards to employment and how you can get access to those supports.
Thank you, Lizzie. Like I said, I'm a job advocate, one of the job advocates actually, because in Victoria, we've got about 100 job advocates in Victoria.
Yes.
And I'm seated in Dandenong, which is the southeast of Melbourne. Yeah. We've got about 20 job advocates within the southeast, sparring Dandenong, Cardina, Shaw, and Casey. Nice. The initiative, that's the job advocate, it's a new initiative. It's a new one. I would say it was given birth to due to the pandemic and the fact that quite a number of people lost their jobs and the fact that certain kind of jobs are actually replacing other ones in terms of digital device and things like that. So the government put together ads and they were able to roll out such initiative. So my role is, how would I say it? It's just like a tradie who's got so many tools in his bag and is there to give any tool you need for the construction or something. Yeah. So I come with the bag of tools in terms of resources, services, and whatever to support both the young and the old. I'm open to all background, socioeconomic background to support them. I wouldn't want to use the word employment only because there's heaps number of people who are actually facing underemployment. And the words of a very good professor, Jeff, who goes out, there would be what is called scarring in the nearest future. Yeah. There is the fact that you're being impacted by the pandemic now and certain people find it hard to get into the labor force. Yeah. It's not like it's just going to disappear tomorrow. No, the effect will still be there. It's just like a scar which will hold on for a while. So I do understand the situation, and obviously the government understand the situation in which we are at the moment. Yeah. And the fact that certain cohort, would I say group of people, would I say socioeconomic background, who are predominantly in the disadvantaged sector already, coupled with the fact that we've got the recession and we've got the pandemic as well, which definitely places people at a more disadvantaged quarter. So this initiative is captured to help everyone, like I said, and majorly as a job advocate in the Southeast, seated in Dandenong, a very good population of Southeast is actually it's cross-cultural actually. There's heaps of people, and particularly referring to the Sudanese community, which have actually had quite a number of encounter with. Yes. I do understand what's going on. I do understand the fact the obvious stereotype in the community, and also the growing rate of unemployment within the community as well. Because more specifically, we've got 15.1% of youth unemployment in the Southeast, and 1 in every 3 children in the Southeast is actually preoccupied with unemployment or underemployment. Wow. So in the regards to this and actually trying to tackle this, that's what my role basically is. Oh, wow. So I would actually walk you through a typical day in my role. I'm intimate with a young person, old, young, anyone, socioeconomic background. Have a chat with them. I mean, it's pretty flexible. You could come over to the office. We can catch up anywhere in the public.
You actually sound very passionate about your role, and I like that.
Well, I would say I've got a background in employment. I've got a background in inclusion and diversity. So I've worked with quite a number of people in business, in the disability sector, employment, and different sectors as well. So I do understand what people actually go through in terms of getting into employment, diversity, inclusion as well. The fact that it could actually just be later, and the fact that people might actually implement it to the latter. So a typical day in my work is maybe people try to clock them to know what they're actually going through. It could be. It's not really time framed, because different people have got different problems which they are going through. So it's just majorly going step by step at their pace to actually understand what they're actually going through.
And being patient with them
very well. So it's actually going through what they're actually going through. There's a good number for a few people might just be, I need a job. So if he just goes to me and like, I need a job, and I'm like, okay, if I get you the services to provide you a job, is that all you need? Which I don't think that would actually be all what he or she would need. So going to discuss further what the person is going through, mental health, because at this situation and at this point in time, the rate of mental health challenge is actually on the rise. And there's heaps of government funding actually put in place to support people at this particular time. But what I've found out is the fact that what you don't know, then you can't give. So there's no way you could actually look for it. So a good number of people in our community do not know about this information. So there's no way they could actually seek for help or support. So in the process of going through their daily life, what they're going through, and trying to see certain things they're actually going through and the things they need, I'll be able to identify certain services which I could refer them to. So maybe in the person who feels like all he needs is just job, maybe at the end of like 25-minute chat, we might say, okay, you need financial support. All right, you need a logo support. All right, you need mental health and stuff like that. So there's heaps of services, which are, like I said, I'm a tradie with my bag full of services. So I've got heaps to give out. And I should stress this point that I serve as a link between the job seekers, or would I say, I use the word underemployed most times, because for other set of people, based on the fact that the pandemic has hit hard in a way and they lost their job or something, they might, there's what we call transferable skills, soft skills and things like that.
That's it.
So which would actually be more suitable for other roles. And to get into those roles, you might just need a little training or something, a little bit of education, which that information too might not be open to people. And trust me, most of this education, they are government funded already. You could imagine if you lost your job, which you hold dearly, and there's another more suitable role which you could actually fit into, just transferring the soft skills you've earned in your previous role with a little bit of just education like that, maybe like a month or two, would actually put you in a better position. So I come with the employment services, the tools to that, and I also come with the education outfit as well, the tools to that. So I would say I'm majorly for the people in the sense of like, what you want, I've definitely got a solution for you. I've got the resources for you. So in my bag, there's heaps of tools there.
That's good. I'm so glad to hear. And thank you so much for actually being open and honest about this, because when I started the Voices of South Sudanese Women, it was because of these type of experiences that I went through. And I wanted to be able to actually help other people and give voice to the voiceless, because there's a lot of young people in our community, a lot of young women, people of all age that are actually struggling, and you've just mentioned it and put it really well. I think this is a great opportunity for people to, have access to, and I was so happy and grateful that you got in contact with me, because in all honesty, I think this will help a lot of people.
Well, speaking of helping people, I think that's an understatement, because it's a great initiative. I've actually taken my time to actually explore various ways in which it could be tweaked to see, and I find it quite an interesting one to support people. one major fact that's there is information, and which is so keen. Information. If you're going to Dandenong from Cranbourne here, if you've got information that okay, there's a traffic there, there's something there, definitely you look for other routes to that.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that information, you might be stuck here for like hours, and just that's it.
true.
So I feel information is key, and getting the right information, which
so
is the
important.
tools in my bag,
Yeah.
I'll feel so much better. Thank you.
That's really amazing. From my understanding, this is not about us. It's not about you, and it's not about me. It's about helping our South Sudanese community by opening up those doors and opportunities. So I'd like you to keep talking and keep exploring, and providing information so that people know that they're okay to come to you and to talk to you about anything. Because once again, mental health is another big thing in our community. So that you look like a very comfortable person, and there is a lot of other staff members that you work with that look amazing and look like they're the type of people that you could go to and be comfortable to talk to about anything. So if you could provide us with a bit more information, that would be lovely.
Well, like I said, I work for Job Advocate, and I'm also seated in Concern Australia. I would say people that I work with, they're amazing, because you need to see how we chat and how we talk sometimes. You actually think we're actually bodies, actually. So, but what I would say actually got me intrigued by the organization was when I looked up I looked at the mission and the vision and various projects they were actually undertaking. I can just help for people to put in such initiatives, which means they've actually got the community and the wider community's love at heart.
Yeah.
Typical of Concern Australia, they've got the Handbrake Turn, which is actually an automobile program like that, which is designed to capture young vulnerable people in the community.
Yeah.
I've got a few experience working with child protection Resi, so I do know what it means when people actually have a rough edge. And trust me, I'm African as well. So I know what it means for people to have a rough edge sometimes.
Yeah.
And relating within the community, because I've actually have a great deal to do with the Sudanese community, the Eritrean community, the Somali or Oromo community, and things like that. We've organized quite a number of programs and workshop seminars like that. So I do know what actually goes down within the community. Certain feeling in terms of like the spirit of trust and how to actually approach people, and the foreconception people have towards us before you even move towards them, like I think I've got something, but the fact that I think this person has a perception about me already, so I think I should just bug off. So with the whole background of that, I think that's why this initiative was created, and that's why we've got heaps of Job Advocate, which are actually embedded into the community. I think emphasizing the word embedded into the community can be overemphasized, because the way my role is designed is I would be in the community 24/7. So don't be surprised if you see me tomorrow, maybe in the library, maybe Dandenong Plaza, or maybe the marketplace or something. We're just trying to get embedded into the community and see how to best support the people. It's pretty flexible, but we do love to, in the spirit of professionalism, to meet people in a public space and like to further discuss. There's full discretion, there's full confidentiality for information gathered. And the major aim of this program is to support young people, and as well as old and young, because practically there's no old person anymore. Because even my mom, who is over 60, she's still saying she looks young actually. So
that's amazing.
It's to support everyone into becoming gainfully employed.
Beautiful.
And because I feel like a great economic structure is the superstructure of the whole social system. So if you've got money in your pocket, you could definitely do whatever you want to do. So in terms of our community, and I feel there's heaps of issues actually related and things like that. But we used to have an adage where I come from where they say an idle man is a devil's workshop, and this is majorly in terms of like job, education, and things like that. If we are meaningfully engaged and actually contributing, then I think we'll have to rethink stereotyping us.
Yes. Wow. So, in regards to all the information that Usman has spoke about tonight, we would like to give you guys a bit more information on how you can get in contact with him and the team. So, Usman?
Well, thank you, Liz, again. Like I said, there's 100 of myself in Victoria. There's about 20 of myself in the southeast. And there's 2 of me in Concern Australia. So, the platform we've actually adopted is the collaborative outlook in terms of how we operate. I mean, there's actually no race here. The purpose of the whole job advocate initiative is the people, and it's solely for the people. So, David, that's my colleague, and myself, we're seated in Concern Australia. We've got heaps of other people in different organizations as well. I've got a few colleagues in Jaiyeola Social Services. I've got in the KC office as well. We've got heaps of ourselves around. But like I said, it is pretty collaborative. As much as I'm seated in Concern Australia and I want to help people, help the community, help the general public in the Southeast as well, which is the reason why Concern Australia door is open. That's 24 Station Street, Dandenong. Nice. You could easily just check in and just give us, just come in and, And also, you could also go on our website. That's concernaustralia.org.au. There's a referral page to there, which would, straight up to us and will actually get back to the community. More importantly, like I said, we're scattered all around. If you pop into Jaiyeola Social Services as well, there's about 3 years.
Sorry, what was that one?
Jaiyeola Social Services.
Okay.
There's about 3. It's about 5 of them now in Jaiyeola Social Services. There's few of us scattered all around to help. More importantly, like I said, we're actually embedded in the community. So today we might actually be in Dandenong Market. Tomorrow we might be in Dandenong Plaza. Next tomorrow we might actually be at the soccer pitch in Dandenong. And who knows, next tomorrow might be KC, Cranbourne, football, soccer. So it's pretty unique in the sense that, like I said, it's flexible. So we are willing to bring the service to you because it's majorly about the people and trying to support the community to be, gainfully employed and meaningfully contributing into the community, which is what gives us an identity and the reason, to look forward to. So in the spirit of that, we're pretty flexible. If you've got, because the relationship, it's sort of like, how would I say, I want to put it in a more like symbiotic relationship in terms of, if you've got places like, all right, you know what, Usman, we've got heaps of us here, the Sudanese community. Let me use an example. We, the Sudanese community of Cranbourne, we need you to come here and, give us the service you've been talking about over the media. Definitely, I'm going to grab my bag, grab my colleague. We're here. So it's majorly about the community and trying to see how to support the people. So in terms of reaching with us, there's heaps of job advocates around. I could leave my details behind, which Elizabeth could easily get through to us. And if you go on our website as well, concernaustralia.org.au, there's a referral page to actually contact with us straight up. If you go on Jaiyeola Social Services as well, there's actually a referral page. If you want to walk into our office, 27 Station Street, Dandenong, you would just knock on the door and just ask for that boy called Usman.
What was that again? 27?
27 Station Street, Dandenong. So like I said, and I kept emphasizing that we're embedded into the community and we want to be connected in the community. So we literally want to be in the community to support people to the best.
That's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Usman, for being in our presence tonight. I really appreciate taking time to come in and to talk about the type of help that is out there. So to our viewers, once again, thank you for taking the time to tune in tonight. I will provide some information on the Voices of South Sudanese page. And please step out of your comfort zone and get in contact, and let's make a change together. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lizzie.